Hey, what's up, guys? So here is that 305 that came out of that mystery Camaro that is locked up tighter than bejesus. We're gonna tear it apart for you today. See what hell happened here. Where's my impact? First off, I'll take off all these rocker arms, nuts, these bad boys. That way we don't have all of the push rods working against us and stuff, lifters, that shit. I'll rip all that out. And then, oh crap. 5/8, 5/16, 5/8. Take all this off real quick. I don't need any of it, so it's all just get it trashed. You know how it goes. Almost more times than I can count. There's no reason I should have done this as many times as I have, but here we are. Another 8 over here. Alrighty, there's all the nuts. Drop one. I don't know where it is. We'll just find a box to throw these in. Cool, there we go. Perfect. Right in the trash. Take all the rockers off. So, if you were going to do this yourself, but you needed to put it back together, what you would do is you would label all of these, because these have to go back the same when they came off. So, say, cylinder number uno here. No. Hold on. Let me think for a second. My brain's not working too well. This one's number 1. Driver's side is odds, passenger side is even. So if you wanted to take this out, you have to do head gaskets or something, but you're not changing anything else. What you'll do is you'll take off. So you got number 1 exhaust, number 1 intake. You'll take number 1 exhaust out, keep them all together, label it, whatever you got to do to keep them together. Number 1 intake, number 2 or 3 exhaust, 3 intake. You'll label them all as such because they have to go back in the same way they came out, because they've worked together, they've made it together, they have now one piece. If you put them in separately with all their different, however they work together, something will mess up, you have a failure. It's easier just to play it safe. Keep them all together. I don't care because this engine is entirely going to the scrap yard, and it is now money back in my pocket for a scrap cast iron. We've got one stuck over here. It does not want to come off. Get the old angry beater off. Come on. God, I'll tell you what, this sucker's in there. Push rods could come out. Okay. Goodness. There we go. That's something. Yep, got it. Bingo. So, these are your push rods. These bad boys. These work with the camshaft lifters, valves, so that your engine runs copacetic. What happens here is you'll have a lifter. So I might be able to pull one out for you. Nope, they're seized in the block. Who would have guessed that one? Lifter, little thing about like that, and it rides on the camshaft, and it goes whoop, 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 up and down. This will sit in there, so a little cup in there, as you can see, and it's also got an oil passage through there. So your lifter will get filled up through the block. Your lifter will then pump up hydraulic flat tappet lifters. It's hydraulic, so your oil causes it to expand, bring that plunger up. It helps dampen all of your valves moving, keeps it a quieter engine. And it'll push up on this. Boop. This sits on the rocker arm like this, and then it pushes it. Exhaust or your valve opens. Voila! Air in, air out. That's what a push-pull tube is. Push tube is. There you go. Fun stuff. Alright, there's all that stuff. Now on to the head bolts. I use chrome sockets because I'm a bad boy. You know how it is. Sometimes in these old engines, when they don't get run very well, or regular oil changes, the oil coats, builds up, makes a sludge that you couldn't get off with a pry bar. Oh, that's crispy. You gotta dig it out because there's two bolts right here and right here, and they sit really low, divoted in, and what happens is they fills that gunk and you can't get the bolt socket on the bolt. So much gunk on this engine, it's ridiculous. But you know how it is, it's slow block. It's not leaking, it ain't got oil. Ta-da! That should be all the bolts. There's 16 to one bank of a small block Chevy engine. Because I don't care about this. Nope. Ta-da! Oh my God. This engine was never and will never run again. Let me bring you in here. Rusty, yeah. Oh my God. Why is there so much in there? Get that one in. God, there's standing. Sandman done had his way with this engine. Holy crap. This thing is wasted. I think they actually pulled this engine out of an ocean. This engine's a boat anchor. Everybody calls them boat anchors. And I think they literally used this as a boat anchor and then put it back in the car. Look at that cylinder wall. Holy cow. That is horrendous. This is not anything like what it's supposed to look like. Nor the awful lighting. But this, yeah, let me turn on my light for you. This is what a cylinder wall is supposed to look like. Now granted, it's been sitting open in my shop for a while, but it's nice and smooth. There's no rust. You won't be able to see the cross hatching because it's just crusty and oily, but there's supposed to be a nice cross hatch. Holy cow. Well, I'm glad I did not intend to use this engine. And this is the worst engine I pulled apart condition wise, other than the one I blew apart that had chucked rods out the pan. Gosh, you could catch a dog on that thing. Holy cow. Yeah, this is never gonna break free ever again. I probably won't even be able to get the bottom end apart, if I'm being honest with you. It probably won't do it. Also, this thing's full of coolant still, which means when I go to flip this over to take the pan off, it's gonna blow shit all over my shop that I just cleaned up, and I now have a giant mess in because I've got this car blown to pieces already. But let's get the other side done. Sorry about the wind. It's a really windy day. Man. Coolant pouring out of this side already. All these head gasket bolts go into the water jacket. Let me grab my drip pan real quick. Go. My drip pan is actually a cement mixing thing out of from Home Depot. They make perfect drip pans, big, nice open, pretty deep. Makes life nice and easy. And that one in the mix. Love that. Ah. I got a damn mess. Hold on. Here's what it is. It's a shopping. Just clean it. It means I wasn't getting any work done. Yeah. So never remove heads the way I am. It's usually it's going to be a savable motor. This one is not. Oh, everywhere. Come on. This side, I don't think is as bad. There we go. Bring it in on this side. I don't know what it looks like yet. See? More of the same. This one's mostly carbon. That coolant there's from me taking the head off. This one's crusty. This one is rough to say the least. It's, you still kind of see some of the stuff in there. But yeah, look at this. Like, I had to break the distributor off. These lifters are definitely seized. This is like sand. It's awful. I don't know what happened to this thing, but it is bad. Now we're gonna tip this over and make the biggest mess possible. So have fun watching me do that. Oh, yep. There she is. Oil coolant all over my floor. I give up. Can't have nothing, guys. Well, let me get something up. Attempt to not make me so bad. All over my boots. Me. The bonuses to running a wood stove in your shop, ash makes a great dry sweep. It's very absorbent. So you just dump this on all my messes. I get a free floor sweep out of it. And this is a brand new engine stand too. I just bought this. It's already covered in oil. Oh well. Gosh dang it. No, I shouldn't have done that. But oh well. Here for the ride. I need to buy some actual force too. This stuff does the job, but it sticks to the ground pretty bad. Alright, well. Alrighty. Now that I've made a mess and have to live with my consequences of my actions, get this oil pan off. Okay, what size is that? You know why this thing died? It's got a frame oil filter. Don't ever use frame. Okay. I need to pick all this out. There's so much crust on it. Ain't even funny. There we go. Some small block Chevys, their oil pan bolts sit so close to the oil pan, can't hardly get a socket on it. That's one of my pet peeves about GM engines. That makes it an absolute pain in the butt to get the oil pan off sometimes. Otherwise, best engine ever made. God himself couldn't have crafted a better engine. Oh yeah. Get all that crap out of there. The only thing I'm going to be saving off this engine is probably the fuel pump, because usually those don't die, especially older ones. Usually a little more reliable than this cheap Chinese crap. And the pulleys. That is it. Actually, the flex plate probably be savable too, but I've already got 50 of those, so let me get my compressed air. And make a mess. And ta-da, made more of a mess. Yeah, so be it. Alright, I believe it is a 7/16 is the bolt size. Yep, 7/16. Oh man, come on. The other thing, all this crap on there makes these suckers stick in those to the socket. Make it an absolute pain in the rear end. And where did I put that flathead in? I just had it. Welcome to the joys of my life. My brain is failing. There we go. You gotta bend the oil pan back because it pinches the bolt head, so you can't get a socket on it. Come on. Give it back. Fine, keep your secrets. There we go. So, the majority of all the pan bolts are 7/16 sockets, and then you got a 1/2 inch on both the front and the rear of the block. The old pan bolts are savable. I usually keep those actually. They make life a little easier whenever you're missing parts. One and two. extension. The back ones. There we go. There is all that. The joys. Now, this has been RTV'd before. There we go. That came off rather easy. Usually these fights are pretty hard. And it's disgusting and awful. There was coolant in the pan. So yeah, this is what you don't want your oil pan to look like. All the brownish mix, that's water that got in and has made a mess of everything. But I don't need this, so into the scrap pile. Now this is not good, but not bad. There's rust in here. Let me bring you in. There's rust right there, some on there. Rather gross and nasty. Yeah, you can see that oil crap. The goo. Oh, it's like peanut butter that has separated. That is the, that's all I got about that one. But, other than that, I mean, looks pretty normal. These rods aren't loose. But, there's that. I'm gonna, I don't know, I might attempt to take it apart. Probably not though. Because I mean, let's go be honest, it's going to the scrapyard. And this is all pretty self-explanatory from here on out. You've got your main cap bolts. They hold the crankshaft in. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is a 2-bolt block, which means 2 bolts per cap. There's a sought-after engine. Everybody likes them, but let's be honest, they're overrated. 4-bolt blocks can hold more power and higher RPMs steadily, whereas 2 bolts, a little weaker. But let's be honest, nobody building an engine in their garage like this is going to be making enough power to have to worry about needing a 4-bolt block. Everybody just wants to say, I got a 4-bolt 350. Shut up. You sound stupid. It's literally just, you're never going to be able to need the 4 bolts to hold the power you're putting to this thing. If you're doing a home rebuild, it's honestly, not here to disappoint you, it's not going to make as much as you want. That engine, it's hopped up. I'm putting it in here. But, let's be honest, it's not going to make as much power as I want it to, because I built it in a garage at -30 in Alaska. But, yeah, here's it is. That's what it looks like on the inside. It's all relatively simple. It's not, it seems scary when you get into it, but really it's not that awful. It's super simple. So, yeah, that's about all there is for this one. I'm going to rip this off the fuel pump. I don't even know if I'll take the flex plate off. I've got a whole pile of them over there. And then this is going in the back of Sierra with the rest of my scrap cast iron, so I can go and get a few dollars back in the pocket. Anyways, so thanks for tuning in on this episode of Barely Running Customs. It's not a long one, but you know, I've had other stuff going on lately. So yeah, this is that one, and then we'll be doing this engine here soon for my Chevelle. And then I've also got a little sneak peek. I'm planning on daily driving it, so got 700 R4 here, so that needs overdrive, whereas this has a power glide, which has 2 gears, first and second, here and there. That is it. So there you go. That'll have to do it. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, I don't know, whatever you want. Have a good day.